Everyone laughed when she brought him home. Her roommate said he would destroy the apartment. Her mother said Maine Coons were wild animals that belonged on a farm. The woman at the front desk of her building said the breed was too loud, too demanding, too much. And every single one of them was wrong. Clara Hendricks was 27 years old, living in a one-bedroom apartment in Nashville, Tennessee, and working double shifts at a downtown coffee shop that paid just enough to keep the lights on. She wasn't looking for a cat. She had told herself that every week for 6 months. But on a rainy Friday afternoon in October, she walked into the Cumberland County Animal Shelter to drop off a donation bag, blankets and old towels, and somehow left with a cat carrier and a 12-pound Maine Coon named Cheddar who had been at the shelter for 63 days. She still isn't entirely sure what happened. Cheddar had been surrendered by a family moving overseas. His paperwork said he was 4 years old, fully vaccinated, neutered, and, in the shelter's careful, diplomatic language, strong-willed and best suited for an experienced cat owner. The shelter worker, a young woman named Priya, had been honest with Clara. "He's a lot," Priya said. "He vocalizes constantly, he has opinions about everything. He knocked over his water bowl 17 times last week, not by accident, on purpose." Clara looked through the kennel door. Cheddar was sitting with perfect posture in the center of the space, staring directly at her with amber eyes that communicated without any ambiguity that he was aware of the situation and had already decided how it was going to go. "I'll take him," Clara said. Priya paused. "You said you've never owned a cat before." "That's correct." Another pause. "A Maine Coon is maybe not the ideal first cat." "He looks fine," Clara said. Cheddar blinked once, slowly, like a king granting a small audience. The first week was loud. Cheddar had a vocabulary that Clara had not been prepared for. Chirps, trills, full-length meows delivered at 6:15 every morning with the urgency of someone reporting a fire. He announced his presence in every room. He commented on her cooking. He sat outside the bathroom door and narrated the entire experience from the hallway. Her roommate texted from 2 floors up, "Is everything okay? I can hear your cat." Clara texted back, "He's fine. He's just talking." "About what?" Clara looked at Cheddar, who was sitting on the kitchen counter, delivering what appeared to be a formal complaint about the breakfast situation. "Everything," she typed. But beneath the noise, something else was happening. Cheddar watched Clara the way very few creatures ever watch a person, completely, without distraction, taking careful note of everything. He learned her schedule within 4 days. He knew when she was getting ready for a morning shift versus an afternoon shift by the shoes she reached for. He knew when she was tired before she sat down. And on the nights she came home from a double shift at 11 p.m., he was always on the couch waiting, not asleep, not distracted, just there. He was, despite all the commentary, paying very close attention. 3 weeks in, Clara had her worst shift of the year. A customer had been cruel in the specific way that exhausted people can be cruel, loudly, publicly, in front of a line of people who said nothing. She came home, dropped her bag by the door, and sat on the kitchen floor without turning on the lights. Cheddar jumped down from the counter. He walked across the kitchen, stepped directly into her lap, all 12 pounds of him, turned around once, and settled. He pressed his forehead against her chin and stayed there, purring so steadily it felt like something structural, like the hum of a house that is warm and solid and not going anywhere. Clara sat on that kitchen floor for 40 minutes. By the time she got up, something had shifted. "I see you're still watching but haven't subscribed yet. Honestly, that stings a little. Hit that subscribe button right now. You'll want to see what comes next." Cheddar had routines, and he enforced them without apology. Every morning at 6:15, the announcements began. Clara bought earplugs. They did not help. She bought a white noise machine. Cheddar meowed over it. She eventually stopped setting an alarm entirely because Cheddar had never once been late. He also had a system for her work bag. Every time Clara picked it up to leave, Cheddar sat directly on top of it, not beside it, on top of it. Eyes closed, departure not approved. Clara started leaving 10 minutes earlier. Her mother visited in December and spent 20 minutes explaining why Clara should have gotten a smaller, quieter breed. Cheddar listened from the back of the couch. Then he walked across the cushions, stepped into Clara's mother's lap, and began purring directly against her stomach. Her mother stopped talking. "He chose me," Clara said. "He's very warm," her mother said in a smaller voice. "He's 12 pounds." Her mother looked down at him. "He chose me," she said again, more quietly, like she was telling herself something important. Some stories are too good to keep to yourself. If this one made you feel something, share it with someone who needs it today. It was a Tuesday night in February, just past midnight. Clara was asleep. Cheddar was not. She woke to him standing on her chest, not his usual 6:15 announcement position, something different. His weight was distributed forward toward her face. He was not purring. He was making a sound she had never heard before, low and insistent, and his eyes were fixed on the corner of the living room. Clara sat up. The smell reached her a second later, faint but unmistakable. Something electrical, something burning. She followed the smell to the living room. The power strip behind the television was sparking, a thin curl of smoke rising from the socket. She unplugged it, opened the window, sat in the dark until her heartbeat slowed. The electrician who came the next morning looked at the strip and told her it had been running too hot for weeks, probably from an old appliance drawing too much power. He said if it had been left another hour or two, it could have caught the baseboard trim and spread from there. He looked at Cheddar, sitting on the back of the couch, watching the repairs with amber eyes and an expression of complete professional detachment. "Smart cat," the electrician said. Clara looked at him, at the orange fur, the enormous ears, the loud, opinionated 12-pound animal that everyone had told her was too much. Yeah, he really is. Today, Cheddar still announces 6:15 every morning without fail. He still sits on the work bag. He still narrates everything. Clara's mother calls every Sunday and asks about him first. Everyone laughed when she brought him home. Nobody is laughing anymore. Because the ones the world calls too much have a way of being exactly enough, one loud, warm, opinionated morning at a time. Would you have taken home the cat everyone warned you about, or would you have listened? Tell me in the comments.